Okay, we're here with Skye Flora. Skye has been named Rookie of the Year here, so she's an amazing top producing agent. Already closed 22 transactions this year and is in her second year in the business. And most of that business, we were just talking before the interview, is coming from?
Referrals.
Referrals.
Definitely referrals.
Now, what's interesting, about a year ago, you and I got together to do some personal coaching, and we were talking about in your first year in the business, you made a big investment in Zillow.
I did.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Well, when I first got my start, I kind of sat at my desk and I said, okay, I've got to make this go. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I've got to do something. And I remember somebody talking about Zillow and that it was a great way to get leads.
Sure.
And although I had never really used it myself, in fact, we had the in-house app, my husband and I did, so if we were ever curious about a home, we actually kind of started out by using that. But wasn't super familiar with Zillow, but I thought, wow, this is going to produce leads, and all I have to do is like sit here and answer the phone, get the call, and that's away we go.
Mm-hmm.
And so I reached out to Zillow.
Mm-hmm.
And they set me up on it was kind of a smaller program, although for me at the time, I'm like, wow, this is, it's going to be a lot of money. But each month, they kind of talked me into steadily increasing the amount that I was spending. And I think I got up to, I want to say around $1,200 a month.
Wow,
is what I was
big
spending.
investment for a new agent.
And I kind of got sucked into, if you spend more money, you're going to make more money.
Right.
I noticed the difference between, spending the $250 a month to spending the $1,200 a month. My call volumes really escalated. They really increased, but what it was is me chasing down a lot of leads that I would say were not qualified.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent tons of time answering my phone. I answered my phone at all hours. I got back to people immediately, and it wasn't producing a lot, but it did produce some.
So you track, which I think most agents don't do. You're very, very good at tracking.
Yes.
And you found that you had what was your ratio?
I would say that last year, my first year, it was like 75 to 80% came from my friends and my sphere.
Mm-hmm. And your investment in Zillow gave you a 3-to-1.
It was about a 3-to-1, but when
dollar for dollar return on investment.
Correct. And when I really analyzed the dollar amount that I got, even though a 3-to-1 sounds great, someone gives you,
$3 for every dollar you invest.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a great formula,
Mm-hmm.
but when I broke down the amount of time that I was actually investing
Mm-hmm.
in those clients that I was able to close,
It was a tremendous amount.
it was a huge amount of work and time to get that 3-to-1 return.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought there's got to be a better way.
Mm-hmm.
And I have listened to you, talk about your sphere and how critical it is.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the year, when I added it all up, I found that not only were the quality of the sales, the price point of the homes that I was selling,
Higher.
it was way higher.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I thought, how much money have I spent on my friends and my referrals, my sphere, versus what I have spent with Zillow?
Sure.
And I thought there was no comparison.
Right.
And I thought if I took that same amount of money,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's taking people to lunch or sending them gifts every now and then, really rewarding them for their referrals,
Mm-hmm.
I decided that it's time to either cut back on some of those sites that I was spending money in greatly or get rid of it altogether.
So you did that last year.
So I did that last year, and I chose to downsize. I haven't gotten rid of it completely because I do know that there are a certain percentage of people that are going to go to Zillow.
Sure.
I did have a client that has been a friend for a long time, but she actually didn't realize that I was in real estate. She was on Zillow, saw my face, and so she decided to call me. So that was kind of a rare thing,
Mm-hmm.
but I just decided it's good to have some sort of presence.
Some presence, yeah.
I just cut back,
Sure.
and now I'm doing more, I would say, with drop-bys, personal gifts, even if it's delivering a bottle of wine to my clients that I know enjoy drinking wine, or a lot of coffees,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of lunches.
How often a week are you doing that?
I started out by saying, gosh, if I can take one friend to lunch or one person to lunch a week, that's success.
Right.
That's good.
Mhm.
But I need to, I kind of need to up that a little more, I would say. But I try to go at least every other day.
Sure.
Taking someone to lunch or coffee. It doesn't always work out timing wise to be able to do that, but it's money and time well worth the investment.
So we were talking about before the interview the importance of balance, because we work all the time in real estate, and you start every day, every work day, by doing something. What is that?
Taking care of myself.
How do you exercise? Right?
I mean, yes, I have an exercise routine, and I do it from home because I decided joining the gym would take an hour of having a workout plus 15 minutes to get there, 15 minutes to get home.
Sure.
Then I got to shower, and at that point it's 10 or 11.
Mm-hmm.
Too much time. So I literally, I get up pretty early and I do a 30-minute workout. It makes me feel centered. It's good for my brain. It's good for just my overall well-being. I try to grab something quick to eat because I may not eat again until 3 o'clock or,
Yeah,
it's hard to say, but I just feel like since I've been doing that and implementing that, I'm in a much better state mentally. The stress isn't quite as great. I'm a little more lighthearted, and I just feel better all around.
Yeah.
So I start at least Monday through Friday with that same routine.
Excellent.
Even on the mornings where I say, I want to sleep in, that extra half hour of sleep sounds awesome. I just know that if I skip it, it's going to go by the wayside. And it's important to me and my well-being and the well-being of my family.
Absolutely.
They have to deal with me if I'm stressed out and
We also talked
not
a little bit
feeling
about work-life balance in that if you have to work a weekend, sometimes you'll take a Monday off or half a Monday off.
I do, yes. I still have, I have a son that's away at college, but I've got a daughter that's at home. She's in school. And so if I can, if I work over the weekend, I might leave work at, stop my work day at maybe 3:30,
Sure.
Monday through Friday. So I go pick her up from school and we'll go do something fun. And I'm trying to be better about that, but otherwise it's just, if I could work 7 days a week.
We all could, right?
That's just how I am. But I have to take pause and take care of myself and my family, and that's just,
A
I
recharge.
kind of try to balance it. So I wouldn't say I have like a set work schedule Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, 5 o'clock my phone shuts off. I try to be reasonable about that, but and kind of adjust accordingly.
Sure.
So you've got to work smarter, not harder sometimes,
Right.
and that's just, it takes
Be
planning
smart.
ahead, but once you get into that pattern of doing that, I think it just, becomes a habit.
And the last thing I want to talk about really quickly is you have a client appreciation event.
I did.
And so you did it your first year in the business you did it, because I attended it, and this year you've done it. What do you do? And who do you invite?
Well, so the last 2 years I actually just had it at a local winery. It was amazing because they handled the food. They set everything up for me. I went, I brought a couple of things in myself, and I put together a little care package, a little thank you gift for my clients, put a gift card in there and some other things. But the place that I had it made it really easy. And I decided this year to not wait and have it after Thanksgiving and before Christmas, because I feel like I had a much better turnout by doing it prior
Before
to the holidays kicked in.
Smart.
And I had a much greater turnout, and people were a little more relaxed, not so stressed, feeling like we've got to get from here to there. And I think, I had probably all but one of the clients that RSVP'd ended up showing up that night.
That's great.
And food was gone, drinks just right.
Right.
I hired a student, actually.
Amazing musician.
Yeah, he was a
Fantastic.
wonderful
Yeah.
musician, and he came and played some acoustic guitar in the background.
Yeah.
We got to visit. I really tried to, spend a little time with each client, and I know they all appreciate it and look forward to that every year. So
Great.
it's my way of saying thank you. And eventually I'll probably get to the point where I can't and don't invite everybody,
Sure.
but it's really important to take care of those that are taking care of me. And
Absolutely. Skye, thank you so much. It was a great interview. I know
Thank
everybody's
you.
going to learn a lot from it.
Thank
Have
you,
a great
Jeff.
day.
Thanks.